Yo, what's up, YouTube? It's Wednesday. It's every other Wednesday. You know there's a new unit. Y'all thought it was Baal and Sezin, or Sezin and Baal. It's not, and that's why you're here, because you want to know, should I roll for this character? I mean, the answer is absolutely yes. You either pull or uninstall, but let's get into this unit, because I've got a lot of stuff to say about this.
Humans are truly foolish. I just feel sorry for them.
Just feel sorry for them. Okay, so first off, two little kids, love it. Voice, okay. Doesn't have her cool shoulder pads that she previously had in her stuff, but Fire Mage kind of bamboozled us this time around because the background was blue, and yeah, but that S3, so good. The animation on that, amazing. But we've got a Fire Mage here. We're gonna skip through all of this story stuff because, well, I don't care, you don't care. We want to know what the stats are, but we're gonna do this because I like...
Most are too foolish to notice the lurking threat of the apocalypse. So I must prepare for the end in their place.
Yo, how does she sound more tired than Angelica? Honestly, like, these two just want to retire already. I actually don't mind the voice actress here. I think that, like, from a, you know, I've been preparing for the apocalypse forever, and humans are stupid and I have to do this. I feel the tiredness that as a YouTube content creator I can completely understand by doing videos to help you prepare for the apocalypse that is going to be your bookmarks if you like control units, that is. Okay, so Fire Gemini Mage sharing stat lines with Silverblade Araminta, Spectenny, Basar. Was it Basar? I think Basar was the other one. Was it Basar? It was a bunch of control mages. Hold on, I literally had this up. No, Baal and Sezin. Araminta, Baal and Sezin, Silverblade Araminta, and Spectenny. So if you have one of those characters, you want to try out like what your builds are a little bit ahead of time, easy life, you can do it. 106 speed is a tad on the slow side, but doesn't matter. We'll get into it. Effectiveness comes in her kit. Effectiveness comes in her imprint, meaning that it's going to be a little bit easier for her to do what it is that she needs to do, which is debuff. So we are going to be taking a look at that. One of the things you're going to want to look at is building her kind of tanky. Like, she is a control unit, very much like the Baal and Sezin, Silverblade Araminta, not so much the Spectenny. So fun thing was, they brought up on the stream that people were thinking, hey, there's a lot of control going on. Control meta right now, very strong. Bruiser control, very strong. I love it personally because I like playing it. So a lot of people thought that this unit would be a anti-control. Get bamboozled, because nope, control is still on the menu, boys. More and more ways to mauled over 15%! Exclamation point control in the comments section. So skill introductions, let's take a look at these. So skill number 2, this is going to be a passive Astral Guide. When the enemy is not an elite or boss monster, reduces the effect of combat readiness, increases granted to the enemy by 50%. F in the chat for Cleave teams, my dudes. This effect does not stack with other passive effects of the same name. Activates Tranquility when an enemy uses a non-attack skill. Tranquility can be activated once every 2 turns. Now, once Tranquility is activated, attacks all enemies, decreasing buff durations by 1 turn. This is very similar to Cerise's ability. So people will be like, nah, bro, she strips. Not technically, but if you do use it first turn on like an immunity set, on anything like that, this is going to get rid of that, well, because it only has 1 turn. Now, not only that, but this is going to increase her combat readiness by 30%, meaning that you don't have to be 300 speed in order to cut a Flitica, in order to cut, you know, an Oxlot's pushing, because not only does it reduce the combat readiness of everybody on the other team, but this is just going to push her forward by 30% as well. So this is going to be really, really big. You can easily just build, you know, I'm going to say like 240, right? And people are going to be like, oh, 240, that's crazy. But realistically, if you're at the point where you're trying to use her in order to counter Cleave, that is a semi-reasonable. Not only that, but is going to heavily shut things down. This means that like your Politis, your Oxlots, your C-Dom, your Sachets, stuff like that, dunzos. This also, in theory, will be able to kind of hurt an Arbiter Vildred, right? So if he comes back to life, he's not coming back with 100% CR. It's only going to be 50%. So depending on where he is on the CR bar when he dies, this could absolutely screw over the Arbiter Vildred. What's that? Another Arbiter Vildred counter? Phenomenal. Love it, because realistically in control, Arbiter Vildred is going to be a bit of a pain in the butt, right? So easy life. So we'll get into the rest of her stuff here now, but I think this is going to be really strong. Activates every 2 turns, but realistically, the thing is like, if you're activating this against a Cleave team, chances are you don't need a second turn, right? They're dead. They're just dead. Not only that, I do kind of like this. I kind of like this this like the little doll thing. Very cool aesthetic. Okay, so S3 Starfall attacks all enemies with alien technology with a 75 to 100% chance each to decrease hit chance and make them unbuffable for 2 turns. That's 100%. That's way better than 75% or 85% like all of the other things out there that suck. So all you have to worry about is your 15%, which is going to happen. But this means you cut their team. You're putting unbuffable on them. You're putting decreased hit chance on them. Now, granted, they're still going to hit you because well, of course they are, but this makes it really nice because Politis, even if she gets another turn before the rest of your team can go, there's no skill nullifier, and their DPS is going to have mischance, right? So that is very big, especially if you use her in a team with like an Aria's Adamant. That means that their RB or literally whoever not going to be having a very good time. I don't know what the damage is going to be like on this, but I just don't cleave with her unless you want to, I guess. But again, and this is one of the points too here, is she is good against not even just necessarily Cleave teams, right? Falconeer Query, non-attack skill, gonna trigger the S2. Vivian, gonna trigger the S2. There's a lot of units right now that have non-attack skills that will trigger her S2, meaning that if you're up against a Falconeer Quarry, not only is she going to be preventing the amount of CR push that Falconeer Quarry gives herself and other people, which probably a lot of people didn't even think about until this point in the video, where they're like, wait, hold on, Falconeer Quarry, Adventurer Ross, who both have their own inherent CR push, this would negate a little bit of both of those. That's actually crazy. This unit is actually kind of insane. Falconeer Quarry, one of the more meta units in the game, right? And this is going to go a big way to kind of combat her a little bit. So something you got to think about, right? Because I mean, you draft Rylet, they're gonna pick Falconeer Quarry. But so now you strip their immunity, and you hit them with the miss, you hit them with the big miss, you hit them with the unbuffable, bam, done. Okay, and her S1 summons dolls to attack the enemy with a 25% chance to stun for 1 turn. This goes up to 40% chance to stun on an S1. Stun one of the most OP things in the game, because guess what? It's better than silence. It's better than, you know, well, not better than sleep. Well, it's actually better than sleep because you can hit them. 40% chance to do this. It's crazy. And you can just soul burn it for an extra turn. So you can easily make sure that you get the S2. Just boom, 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 boom. I think this is going to be really big. Honestly, when it comes to like skill priorities, you want to get this to 40% chance to stun. I think that's going to be the real big thing. Her S3, if we go back, like I don't feel like her S2 really needs too much, right? The extra damage is going to be good, but I don't think that's what you necessarily need. Obviously, we'll be looking at it when we get the numbers for the modifiers after all that information comes out. But you can kind of skip this if you're Mola starved. S1 absolutely have to get to the 40% stun, and then S3 you want to get at least to +4 for the 100% chance. Those are going to be your priorities here, but this is I like the icon too. Just a very apathetic doll, just straight kicking you in the face and stunning you. Pair her up with a Specimen Says. He's good now. Just another unit to stun for your spez to blow stuff up. Boom. All right. Now, what you've been waiting for, the artifact. Is the artifact worth it? No, this artifact is garbage. This artifact is garbage. In a world of mage artifacts, while this artifact does fit her whole storyline very well, you know, being ready for the end, you know, and when she dies, you have 100% chance to grant all allies a random buff for 2 turns. You really don't want her to die. That's really kind of the point. Why wouldn't you use a Abyssal Crown? Why wouldn't you use a Violin? Why wouldn't you use an Abyssal Crown? Use an Abyssal Crown. More stuns. Dizzy 2.0. Imagine this with Dizzy, and a Tywin. You don't get a turn. You're stunned. And Spez has just picked off every last one of you. Just nonstop. A Silverblade Araminta. Boom, right? Yeah, or well, you know what? Yeah, use this on her, let her die, and then just res her with Ruel, who then has greater increased attack DPS Ruel, and you can use your DPS Amomo as well. This artifact, though, the art is nice, the effect is bad. It'll be interesting though to see if maybe like in the super future or something like that, there's like a mage that can make use of this if like something just blows up. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, man. Mage artifacts are tough because like Abyssal Crown and Violin exist. Dignus Orb exists. So just about any mage artifact they come out with, like you really, it's tough, right? But let's look at this S3 one more time. The res, so good, very 3D looking. Like I like, hold on, we're gonna pause it. We're gonna go back just a little bit here. We're gonna pause right here. I mean, look at this. This looks so good, right? And you just you have this scene right here. I love this S3. They have been just absolutely killing it with S3s lately. Just so good. And this is no slouch of an S3 either. So should you pull for this unit? Do you like control? Do you like to play control? Do you like RTA? I think that she is going to be very, very, very strong in RTA, like on par with like ML Ball. When it comes to control right now, just very, very strong. Bruiser control. I have a lot of people ask me, they're like, oh, how do I combat control? See Zerato, obviously. But Definitely a very, very strong unit. But again, we might have a Valentine's Day limited coming up. If control is not your cup of tea, I don't necessarily know that this is the best one for you. But if you want to dabble in control, you want to put your toes in the water, this is definitely a very strong pickup, especially if you got like Silverblade Araminta, a couple of the other control units that came out recently. This is just going to be a very good supplement into those teams as well. And before somebody in the comment sections just like fire Mage in an ice meta, I like who F10, like a rare SSB these days, just ban her. I see somebody say she's more anti-cleave than control. I agree with you, but I think that she can fill both, actually. Yeah, Momo exists, so you just got to figure out DPSA Momo is the future. But tomorrow we will have, obviously, once the modifiers and stuff like that come out, we will be doing the damage by the numbers. I will put together some sets a little bit later today while I'm thinking about it, since I know what her base stats are and who I can kind of pair her off with. And then we'll go through all of those numbers and kind of theory craft some stuff. I really, really like this character as a bruiser control player. This was just super hyper reveal for me. But YouTube, as always, let me know in the comments what you guys think. Are you hype about this? Do you like her plot? Do you like the voice actress? I know the voice actress is always like, you know, a big point of contention. And if you are new to the channel, like, fave, subscribe, and ! control in the comments. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take it easy, homies. Peace.
Cracky.